Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's the one and only, it's the birthday girl. And yes, I'm wearing a birthday hat. Don't judge me, but it's like kind of tight, so I don't know how long this is gonna last. Oh. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. It's the one and only Crazy Crying Chick. Now, if you are new to my channel, thanks for clicking this. I'm just popping in really quick. I just wanted to come on here and first wish everyone a very, very big happy New Year's from my family to yours. And I also wanted to just come on here just to do a little chit chat because I was supposed to do an actual live discussion today for my birthday, but typical style of me, I drank a little bit too much and I'm just really like tired, I guess. So yes, today is my birthday. I'm not just wearing this hat for fun or my pink wig for fun. It's like a violet color actually, this one right here. This was one of my favorite wigs I used to wear all the time when I was going through chemotherapy. But when you're going through chemotherapy, wearing a wig, it's a lot. But this was definitely one of my favorite ones, so I thought, why not wear it for my birthday? So what did you guys do for New Year's Eve? Did you guys just chill at home? Did you chill with your cat, watch some movies? Did you go to bed? You don't even watch the countdown. What did everyone do? Comment below. Let me know what you guys did last night. We went, it was pretty cool. We went to this restaurant in Mesa. You guys know I'm in Arizona. And it was where okay, so there's like this pot in the middle of the table and there's different broths. So we had beef and bone broth, and then the other side was like a spicy broth or whatever, and then they bring like meats and vegetables and all kinds of other stuff, and then you cook it right there yourself and you just eat right there, and it's pretty cool. It's an experience, I'll say. And we went to one when we were in San Francisco years ago and we loved it, so we found one out here, so it was really good. So we did that, then we just came back here, watched the fireworks. We drank, we played some games. One of my neighbors came over and we did karaoke and we did the countdown and yeah, celebrated my birthday like that. It was really nice though. We made some really good memories. So I was thinking today, gosh, 43 years I've been blessed on this earth. And honestly, not a lot of it was hard, hasn't been easy. And I was thinking about this today. I was thinking about things I've been through in my life, and I was just thinking, when I was younger, probably like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, I probably spent a lot of time. I didn't realize it, but I spent a lot of time trying to figure out the why behind things that happened to me in my life or that I had went through. Like, why me? Why did this happen? Why then? Why? And I think it led me down a path of making some bad choices. And I either destroyed my own life at that time or was people's lives around me. And I don't know. But now I'm like at an age where I'm just like, there is no why sometimes. You can't, if you try to find out the why behind something, you'll drive yourself nuts, or people around you nuts. So my life now, I just feel like it's like if something goes wrong or something happens, I'm always like, it's just the way the cookie crumbles. It's just part of life. We all go through things in life that, break. We feel like we don't know how we're going to go through it. It breaks us. But in reality, I feel like there's always little lessons to be learned no matter what you go through. And I think finding the lesson, like figuring out that lesson is easier, I feel like, for me at least, than trying to figure out that why behind it, if that makes sense. It probably totally doesn't. And I do want to say I'm really proud of myself that I didn't call nobody last night crying. Usually I'll call somebody, usually my dad, crying and and all this stuff. And it's because I'm a cancer survivor, breast cancer survivor, and before cancer, I wasn't like this. I didn't cry on my birthday. But after I survived it and I went into remission, it seemed like whenever I got a birthday, I was just so thankful, like, gosh, thank you, Lord, for giving me another birthday. Thank you for allowing me to celebrate another birthday. Thank you for letting me be a year older. And I don't know, and plus because I'm drinking too at that time. So I think I just get all these emotions, and I don't know. And then I just want to call someone because I'm just like, I love them so much or whatever. And then I call them and yeah, they're like, you're drunk again. You're drunk on your birthday. Yeah, you think? And, I always think about cancer, my cancer story, what I've been through with it. And, I was diagnosed in 2016, and I'll never forget, I'll just share this a little bit with you guys, but I'll never forget, at that time I was, I was really happy in my life. Like, do you ever think about a time of your life you're like, gosh, everything was just going great. You had an amazing job. You loved it. You loved, kids are good. You're good. You're in a good relationship, or you're just happy being single, just financially, you're doing decent. Like life was just really good at that time. And I'll never forget, I was into fitness. That's one thing, I'm really into fitness. And I was even thinking of doing a competition. And I had got up in the morning to go do my morning cardio. And I'll never forget, I was going to jump in the shower, and I took off I was wearing like a white bra. And I looked down, and there was this little, like, oh my gosh, you guys, like little brown spot. And it was enough to, I noticed it. And I looked down and I seen it, and I picked it up, and I was like, huh, like, what is this? Like, what is this? This is weird, but it wasn't nothing alarming. So I just looked at it, and I was like, oh, whatever, and went through it and went about my day. Next day rolls around, and again, morning routine, going to the gym to go do cardio. I take off, I think it was a cami this time, but it was white. Took it off, and I looked down again, and this time there was 3 brown spots, a little bit bigger this time. And I was like, okay, what the fuck is this? So I put it against me to see, like, where is this coming from? And I noticed it was coming towards, like, around my chest area. So I put the cami back on, I put it back on, and those 3 dots aligned perfectly where my nipple was. And I hope I can say nipple on YouTube. It's probably already got flagged anyways. YouTube will flag my shit before I even freaking actually get you guys to see the content. It's ridiculous. But anyways, it aligned though perfectly where my nipple was. And at that time I had implants. I had gotten implants when I was like, I think I was like 21. I know, guys, I know I was really young. And I immediately went into panic mode, like panic, like I was shaking, I was hyperventilating. I was like, oh my gosh, this sounds so silly to say, but I thought my implant had erupted, and was like leaking, right? Oh, and because I had squeezed my nipple, right? Because it's coming right there, and all this brown discharge started coming out. Straight panic. I wake up my boyfriend right away, and I was like, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. I need to go to the emergency room. I need to go to the emergency room. And he's like, dude, what's going on? He's like half asleep, right? And I'm like, I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed to say I have something coming out of my boob, right? I mean, that's your boyfriend. Like, how do you say that? I don't know. I was embarrassed though. I was embarrassed, so I didn't say. And I was like, I can't say, but I need to go to the emergency. Please go with me to the emergency. And he jumps up, he changes real quick, and we get in the car and we're going. And there was an urgent care at the time right next to where I lived. We lived in an apartment back then. And the whole time he's like, just like, okay, what is it? Like, what's wrong? Like, I'm just thinking about him just in my ear. And I remember in my mind, I'm just like, shut the fuck up, because I was so scared. And then he's just like, tell me, because in his mind, he's thinking, because I never got sick. I could be around everyone who's sick. I would never get sick. I never went to the doctors, so in his head, he's like, dude, what is going on here? So I finally just told him, I was like, I'm getting this, like, this discharge coming from my nipple, and he was just like, what do you think it is? And I was like, I don't know. I think maybe my implant, erupted. And he was like, is your boob getting smaller? Like, it sounds funny now because I'm just thinking about all of it going on in my head. And it's silly to say it all now, like obviously that's not what happened. And obviously, it's just so silly to think that can go wrong, right? And it leaking the brown, it's just, oh my gosh. So, but that's what we thought at the time. So we go to the urgent care. I get seen by a doctor, and she was just like, how old are you? And I think I was, what was I, 36 at that time? 36, 37, 36. I don't know. But I was that one of those ages. And she was like, well, maybe you're going through menopause. Maybe you're going through changes. And I was like, and at that time, even now, like I don't feel my age. So I was just like, what? Like that's fucking insane. No way. So, and then she's like, well, I'm going to go ahead and give you antibiotics. So she gave me antibiotics, and she's like, I'm going to order you to get a mammogram. And I had no idea what the fuck that was. And then she's like, and then you'll be fine. You'll be fine. So I was like, okay. So I leave there, and I kind of felt okay, but I didn't feel okay. And so I go home, and what do you guys do? What do we all do when we're sick, or when we have a loved one that's sick, or something happens? What do? We go to Google. So I went to Google, and I just I think I typed in brown discharge from nipple. Everything that popped up was cancer. I mean, fucking everything. I don't think I read anything else. Everything was cancer, cancer, signs of cancer, signs of cancer, signs of cancer, 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 cancer. And then I was like, whoa, what the freak? And so I told my boyfriend right away, I was like, it's saying breast cancer. He's like, breast cancer? What the fuck is it? Like, what's that? Like, and let me tell you guys something. I don't have anybody in my family that had breast cancer. I know my auntie passed away when she was really young from stomach cancer. And I know that runs on my dad's side of the family. But other than that, like, I've never really seen someone with cancer in my immediate family, if that makes sense. I was really young when my auntie got sick with it, so I really don't remember too much about it. But I don't know. I've never been exposed to any of that. So I was like, yeah, I don't know, breast cancer. I thought like your grandma's got that, so I was like, yeah, this is definitely not it, because I'm young, I'm healthy, I work out, I eat really good, I drink my water. I'm like, I'm too young for this. So I couldn't wait. After that, I was like really starting to get nervous. So I called the urgent care back, and I was like, yeah, I'm just seeing to see if they made my appointment for my doctor and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And the lady was like, wait a minute, what? She's like, no, we can't do that. We can't request you a mammogram. Your doctor has to request it. And I was like, holy shit. And they're like, no, you need to call your doctor and get seen by them first, get a physical by your actual doctor, and then your doctor will request one. We can't do that. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, so whatever. So end up getting seen by my doctor. Fast forward, I'm not going to go into all of it, but pretty much when I did get seen, they put in for a mammogram and an ultrasound on the chest area. So I go get that done. And by that time, when I called to talk to my doctor that same day, when the other lady said, no, we can't do that, I called my doctor. I'm bawling. I'm like bawling on the phone. And the lady, the receptionist was so nice, you guys. And she was like, oh my God, Mia, just calm down, calm down. I'm like, I have this brown discharge. Oh my God, it was so bad. And I told her, and she's like, and I'm like, and I need to be seen, and I don't know what it is. And she's like, you know what? We'll get you in right now. Can you come right now? We'll squeeze you in there. And she's like, you might have to wait, but we'll get you in there. And I was like, yeah. So I go, whatever. Such a sweet lady. So they request a mammogram. I end up getting the mammogram right away. And they do the mammogram, and they do the ultrasound first. The ultrasound, I think it is. And they're checking, the area. And it was this older lady doing it, really nice lady. And she ended up being a breast cancer survivor. And she actually became one of those nurses when she was older, like 45, she went to school and did everything. And she wanted to be one of those nurses because she survived breast cancer and she wanted to help other women with it. And I thought that was freaking amazing, an amazing story. But so she's, they're doing the thing, and and I'm talking her ear off because I'm fucking nervous, right? And I'm scared to death. And she's like, and I'm like shaking. And she's like, it's okay. You're going to be okay. I'm sure it's nothing, but we're going to figure it out. And it ended up being where she noticed some little like fogginess around this breast, and then it wasn't like that on this side of the breast. So it did catch a little like her attention. So she told the doctor to come in. Doctor looked at it, and the doctor was like, yeah, I don't think it's anything. They didn't think it was anything. The doctor didn't. But the nurse, she was like, we should still do the mammogram because she's here. And the doctor was like, do you want to do the mammogram? And I was just like, well, I don't know. I don't know. Like, should I? I didn't know, And the nurse was like, no, I think she should do it. So the nurse, thank you. You saved my life. And I end up getting the mammogram done. And that's when they noticed on this breast, which had the cancer, all of these, like, I don't know how to explain it. It looked like little dots everywhere. And I'm not going to go into too much of everything, but so they try to do how do you say it? How do you say that? Where they try to test it right then and there? Biopsy. And since I had implant, the person that was trying to do it was having a hard time trying to get the needle where it needed to go and all that. So the doctor told me pretty much, he's like, I don't think it's anything. And the doctor was shitty. I know what you guys are thinking. He's like, I don't think it's anything, but I think we should just wait 6 months. Yeah, 6 months. And come back. And if it looks like it's grown or spread, then we will do a surgical biopsy. And I didn't know any better. So I said, you think it's nothing? He said, I think it's nothing. And if it is something, it's in the earliest stages. That's what he said to me. So I was like, okay. So I left there, and the doctor said, don't think about it. And I tried my hardest not to think about it. And I went on with my life for 6 months without telling a single soul, just my boyfriend. And the discharge still happened. And we actually went with family. I forgot where we went, but we all stood at a hotel and we shared rooms. And I was wearing a white top. And we were going to bed, and I was getting up, and my boyfriend was like pointing like to my tit, and I had all this brown leakage coming out, and I was like, oh my God, so embarrassing. And I'm just thinking about it to this day. I get really nervous to wear any white camis. Like, I think I own one white sports bra, and even when I wear it, I get like, I don't know, I start panicking in a little bit, like I take it off. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but I don't know. I don't like wearing anything white, like tank top wise. Bra, like I'll wear white tops, but when it comes to bras or sports bras or camis, I think I own one. That's pretty crazy. I'm just thinking about that right now. I own one. It's pretty weird. I'm getting emotional, and I'm not going to get emotional on my birthday. Not today, honey. Not today. Safe to say, I go back, and 6 months later for my checkup, and yes, it has spread. It spread a lot. And so they were able to do they actually had someone there who, I guess she dealt with a lot of women who had implants. So she actually was able to do the biopsy without doing the surgery of it. And it came back. I'll never forget, it was January 12th, so just 12 days after my birthday, and that day is coming up soon. The day I found out I had cancer, I go, and the doctor came in, and it wasn't the doctor that I had originally seen, and he came in with a box of tissue, and I remember looking at the box of tissue, and I got so upset. And I said, what the fuck is that for? And he said, well, I'm here to give you your results. And I said, well, obviously, if you're bringing in tissue, then it's obviously bad news you're going to give me. And I said, just tell me what it is. Don't sugarcoat, just tell me what the fuck it is. And he's like, it's cancer. And I remember once the words come out, you have cancer, you go into this, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, everything just shuts off. I don't even know what else he was saying at that moment. I feel like everything just went blank. I don't remember like a couple of those seconds, to be honest with you guys. It's like the room just sat still. And you try to, not gonna do it, not gonna do it. Sorry guys, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it. I don't know, it's weird. You just go blank. And then I snapped out of it and I said, okay, am I gonna die? And he said, no, you're like extremely in the earliest stages. He's like, and I said, okay, I'm not gonna die. What are we gonna do? What do I gotta do? Just tell me what I gotta do and I'll do it. And I'm like, because I'm not gonna die. I'm not. I have children. They're small. My kids are small. I'm like, I'm not gonna die. So he was like, we want to do a full mastectomy on it. And it's up to you. Do you want to do both or one? And I was like, well, I don't know. What do you think? And he's like, well, there's pamphlets on here. Read them, blah, 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 all this stuff about mastectomy. He's like, but we have a surgery date scheduled for February. I think it was February 24th. And I was just like, oh, shit, this shit's happening quick. So I was like, okay, let's do it. So I left there and I texted my boyfriend. This is how I told my boyfriend. I just texted him and I said, I have breast cancer. And I remember he started calling me. And I walked out of the room because I was leaving, and I sat in the waiting room and I sat there and I was all by myself sitting there, and he's texting and he's calling me, and I just broke down. It's weird to say now, but I don't know. But went through everything, obviously, full mastectomy, and I did a full round of chemotherapy. The name of the cancer I had, I'll put right here because I'm not even going to try to say it. I also tested positive for HER2, if that's what the name, HER, and then 2. So I had to do a year of Herceptin because of that. Herceptin, I don't know. But yeah, so I did all that, did radiation, 5 weeks of it. And when I had my mastectomy, I didn't even read the pamphlets, to be honest with you. I was, for so long, I was just stuck in shocked. I just didn't understand. I was like just shocked the whole time. So it kind of put me in a stuck mode in a way. And then everything happened so quickly. Diagnosed, surgery, chemotherapy, radiation, reconstruction, like multiple surgeries back to back. It's like I had no time to gravitate what actually in reality what was happening to me. And in my mind, I just kept thinking, I'm not gonna let cancer beat me. I'm gonna beat this. I'm a fighter. I'm gonna kick this, cancer's ass, and I did. But then when I was done with everything, that's when I just really went through a bad depression. That's a different story. When I had my mastectomy, I did just the one boob, and it ended up leaving the breast area and it went into my lymph nodes. So they had to remove all of them from this arm. That pushed me to stage 3. So it's just crazy. And this is something the doctor told me, that my cancer really grew really fast and spread fast, because in January, when they did the, in February, then when they did December is when I did the biopsy. And then they got the results in for it in January, and I got them. Then you go to February surgery, it grew so quickly. Yeah, it's crazy. But, no one in my family has it. I had to do a test to see if I personally carry the gene, which would mean that my children might possibly carry the gene. I don't carry the gene. My family, it doesn't run in the family. So I'll never forget when the doctors were just like, we don't know what to tell you, when it comes to why you got cancer. Because usually if it runs in the family, you can be like, okay, if you carry the gene, but for me, it's just no. So I remember telling the doctor, what, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because it just happened. It's just happened. And it's just the way the cookie crumbled for me. But here I am, a survivor, going on 5 years. It is 5 years now, I think. Gosh, I can't even check. I don't even know. Every day I think about it, but I don't know. Yeah, so that's pretty much my cancer story. I mean, there's a lot more to it that, we'll be here for hours and hours, but that's pretty much it. And I was not planning on sharing that today. So I'm gonna have to change this name of the title of this. But yeah, so I don't know. I guess it was on my mind. So if anything you get from this today, just please know your bodies, ladies and gentlemen, know your bodies. If something seems different, if you notice something, please, I know it's scary, but please get it checked out. It's better to be safe than sorry. And I'm just glad I went to get checked. And I'm also so thankful that that nurse, the one that was like, let's do this mammogram, when the doctor was like, no, I don't think so. She actually saved my life, because what if I would have waited? And, the discharge, it did stop on its own before I had the mastectomy. So what if I would have just been like, okay, well, it stopped, so it's probably nothing. But in the whole time, though, it would have just been growing and growing and getting worse, and it could have just killed me. So definitely, definitely, please know your body, you guys, and get checked. Definitely get checked. But so that's going to wrap up this live. I can't believe this is what the live ended up being. But I'm going to go and lay down right now. I'm waiting for my dinner to be made. The family's making me dinner, and then of course they're making me my favorite chocolate cake. I don't like store-bought cake. It has to be homemade, and I love warm cake. So after it's done, 10 minutes later, I'm eating my cake. So I will post a picture for you guys of the cake, and then we're going to be live tomorrow. Tomorrow I have a live around 5 p.m. Mountain Standard, and that's going to be about a lot of information that's coming to light regarding the Moab murders. That's Kylan Schulte and her wife, Crystal Turner. And it looks like there seems to be more possible connections with Brian Laundrie. And I know people disagree with me, because I've been saying I think there is a connection, and it seems like there might be. So we're going to talk about that. I got to get all my files back and organized for that. So tomorrow I'll see you guys then. And Happy New Year's again, you guys. Let's make this a good year. And God willing, I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.